watching Sunday Sound Off with Frank Boal.
And welcome back to Sunday Sound Off, everyone. Our first hot topic of the night is the way Alex Smith is playing, redefining the quarterback position. Takes care of the ball, runs effectively, doesn't make mistakes, isn't spectacular. TJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he is, actually. And I didn't think that I was going to say that. But you know what? Since the start of Week 7, he has an 83.1 total QBR, which is the second highest in the National Football League behind only Carson Palmer. And you mentioned it. He's done an excellent job of scrambling when he needs to. And very rarely are the results of those plays negative. He's done an excellent job. He has more scramble yards since the beginning of Week 7 than any other quarterback in the NFL. He has 17 first downs in that span, including 9 on third down. And in addition to that, he's become a more aggressive passer as well. He threw between 3 defenders on a touchdown pass to Jeremy Maclin today. That's something that we haven't seen from Alex Smith prior to this season in his career. I think the consistency of the offense has made him a better quarterback, and also some of the flexibility that Andy Reid and the coaching staff has given him has made a huge difference as well. Yeah, I think he's been a huge plus for this team, and if they do end up making the Super Bowl, Alex Smith is a huge reason why.
I just heard those 2 words, Super Bowl. Mark, what do you think? You were a wide receiver, played in the NFL, played for the Chiefs. Your thoughts about having a quarterback like Alex Smith under center?
Well, I think we've all seen so far this season so far with Alex that we've all wanted to take more chances down the field, and he now has some weapons that can get some separation down the field, mainly Jeremy Maclin so far this year. But when you look at Alex Smith, and TJ touched on this, his scramble yards and his ability to make plays with his feet are really redefining what this offense is all about. When you start looking at quarterbacks around this league in years past that are considered the mobile quarterbacks, or the guys that can make a lot of plays with their feet, they just don't take care of the football the way that Alex Smith has taken care of the football. You can go back to Donovan McNabb. Michael Vick has always turned the football over with a lot of fumbles, with the way he's able to run the football as well. But Alex Smith has made more big plays with his feet this year so far for this team in key situations, and he's definitely redefining what this offense is all about because of that. His ability, I know it's been the knock on him, his ability to not take some chances, but we've seen over the last few weeks him taking some shots down the field, and not just shots down the field. The ball today to Jeremy Maclin in the end zone was a big-time throw, and he's starting to get that confidence with that. And when you couple that confidence throwing the football to some weapons on the outside with his ability to make plays with his feet, it's a dangerous proposition.
And Blair, as they win more and more games with Alex Smith, a quarterback, doesn't matter who really they're playing. It's just you sort of get this feeling, this confidence is building, this player's confidence is building, coach's confidence is building, everything's rolling the right way.
That's right, and confidence in him for sure. You know, he had the longest play for the Chiefs today, his 29-yard run. You know, when he eluded the sack and then went into his slide. I love his slide. I think he's got the best slide in football. He kind of jumps into his slide, a Ty Cobb slide, if you will.
Spikes up.
That's right, spikes exactly. He's playing really well. Even his interception today was actually tipped by how many different Browns got their hand on it. It was batted at the line, and then two linebackers got their hand on it. So, I mean, you can even make a case that you know that ball shouldn't have been picked off. I loved his touchdown pass to Travis Kelce as well. I thought that was another good throw. Is he redefining the position for the? I think for the Chiefs he is. I mean, he has set the season rushing record for a quarterback just today, and I think the record he broke was his own from a couple of years ago. That is such a weapon, and we saw how big a weapon it was because that's how Cleveland got back into the game in the second half with Manziel taking off and running, and of course that's Manziel's calling card. Alex Smith is a complete player, and he's having a terrific season. Pro Bowl alternate, as we know now.
Yeah, you know, Frank, you know, I thought Blair made a really good point about the longest play from scrimmage for the Chiefs being one of those runs from Alex Smith, but also he also was able to throw downfield to Chris Conley on a 40-yard pass interference call. That's a lot of hidden yardage. He's one of the best in the NFL actually at accumulating penalties like that. Yeah,
and Blair, he also said he does have he knows when to go down, get down, and start that slide. And you talk about Manziel. Manziel took way too many hits today. He keeps taking hits like that. He won't be in the league very long. Here's our second hot topic of the evening, best playoff scenario for the Chiefs. We've talked about this before. Win the AFC West, have a home game, or go in as the wild card. Mark?
I'm going to sit right on the fence on this, Frank, okay? Right on the fence. And the reason
can't do that here.
Yeah, well, the reason being is this, is that it's a situation that everybody, I think, wants them to win the AFC West, and they need a little help to do it, and they got to take care of business next week against Oakland. The beauty of that is you get to host a home playoff game. You're guaranteed a home playoff game in that regard. But this team is built to go on the road as well. I mean, we've seen the success that they've had with it. So to get off the fence, I will say this, that they should win this division. I think they'll take care of business. It'll be a big game tomorrow night. Everybody in this town will be watching to see if the Bengals can pull it off against Denver. But I have no qualms, and I've got utmost confidence that this team can go on the road and win a playoff game. We all know about the drought here in Kansas City with the Chiefs and winning playoff football games, but this team has proven over time and time again here this season that they can go win on the road and win tough games on the road. So I've got the utmost confidence they can do it either way.
Blair?
Well, I guess you have to ask, would you rather see him go on the road to, it looks like right now would be Houston if they were the 5 seed. I guess the Colts still have an outside chance at winning that AFC South. Or would you rather see him at home against perhaps the Steelers, the Jets, maybe even the Denver Broncos if Kansas City ends up being the 3? I don't know. I agree with Mark here. I think this is it's not an easy one. The easy answer is absolutely you want him at Arrowhead. You want that 12th man. You want the crowd getting involved in the other teams, disrupting the other team. Absolutely. But I'm struck by these last 2 home games, the Browns and then the Chargers game, the one before that, and how the Chiefs struggled, especially in the fourth quarter. And, I've been on the road with them all season, and they have just played lights out in San Diego and in Oakland and Baltimore last week. I'm influenced by that, and I just think it doesn't matter. I think if this team is, they're built, I think they're built to win in the playoffs, and so it won't matter ultimately. But you know what? Let's call it here. Let them play at home. Let them win the division. Let them play at home, and let 75,000 fans enjoy a home playoff victory.
Yeah, it might be against the Denver Broncos as well. That'd be nice. TJ?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm right there with everybody else. I do think that it would be great to see a playoff game at Arrowhead Stadium, but I also think that it would be great to see Denver for a 3rd time. I know one of the games was a loss here at Arrowhead against Denver, but 2 of their best performances this season have come against Denver. So I really like the matchup there, and I think, too, regardless of who's playing at quarterback, whether it be Brock Osweiler or Peyton Manning, I think both of those things play into the Chiefs' hands. So I would like to see them at Arrowhead against Denver.
All right, now to our final hot topic, and it is in college basketball. What do you think about this new proposal that will allow players to go to the NBA Combine, have an individual workout with an NBA team before making a final decision on whether or not to go pro or go back and play college basketball? Blair, I think it's very interesting. You're a Basketball Writers Hall of Famer. Tell us what you think.
Well, to me, it's a no-brainer. I think in today's world, the athlete, you've got to do what you can for the athlete who's being made to go to college for at least 1 year before he can go to the NBA. This was actually a proposal that we first heard about back in June, and now it's coming to a vote in January, and I think it's going to pass. The difficult thing here is going to be for coaches in recruiting. If a star player decides to go to the Combine and then a couple weeks later decides to come back and come to college, well, that coach has already started the recruiting process to replace him. So I think it's going to be difficult for the coaches especially, but it's fair for the players to get their fair market value. That's been a difficult thing for college basketball players to get their fair market value before they put their name in for the draft. I think it's going to happen. I hope it happens. It's a good thing for college hoops.
All right, TJ, we've got about 30 seconds to wrap this up.
Yeah, I think it is good for college hoops. It is good for the players. I think it's a good thing that it's going to be harder on coaches to recruit, especially at programs like Kentucky, because they're going to have the most roster flux. But ultimately, the NBA is better at developing NBA players for the NBA, so I think you're still going to see a lot of people jump.
Okay, up next, we're going to get some final thoughts from the panel and be able to talk about whatever is on their minds. You're watching Sunday Sound Off.